What makes a dog ugly? Is it a ridiculous long tongue? Full body wrinkles? What about a pushed-in face? Is a dog with no hair or bad teeth unsightly or adorable? On this Dogs 101, we'll tackle an age-old issue. Do some dogs have a face only a mother could love? The canine world is filled with beauty. But there's a flip side to these pedigreed pooches. A group of canines that are just as loved and pampered as their stylish cousins.
If a dog is so ugly, there's this unusual law of nature that they automatically become cute.
Some people might look at a Chinese crested with pimples on its back and say, oh my gosh, that's ugly. But to someone who has an energy connection with that animal is beautiful.
Years ago, it used to be you wanted to have the perfect dog, but now ugly is in.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and it's the extreme version of ugly that really drives people over the top crazy with cute overload.
Ugly dogs are cute no matter how you face it.
Bald is beautiful, they say, but what about in dogs?
Hairless dogs, ugly dogs, synonymous.
I think that they're just like any other dog. They just have funky characteristics.
If you want to turn heads, get the hairless hound, like the Chinese crested, the Xolo Itzcuintli, or the Peruvian Inca orchid.
It's just like, wow, you know, did you ever? That dog is completely naked.
Isn't the point of having a dog to be able to pet them? How do you pet a hairless dog? Are you supposed to, like, massage them?
These hairless wonders have been around for centuries, and while today they may be considered ugly, in ancient times, the people of Central and South America found good uses for these hairless breeds. Let's start with the Peruvian Inca orchid, one of the rarest dogs in the world. Only 1,000 are thought to exist worldwide.
The Peruvian Inca orchid is also called the moonflower dog and has an alternative name, the Perro San Pelo de Peru, which means the dog without hair from Peru.
The Spanish conquerors of Peru called these dogs Perro Flora, or flower dog. They may have many names, but their look is unmistakable. The national dog of Peru, the Peruvian Inca orchid, appears depicted in ancient ceramics from thousands of years ago. Incan royalty prized them as bed warmers.
Some people say that these hairless dogs have certain healing properties.
Although their body temperature of 102.5 degrees is no warmer than any other dog, their hairless skin radiates heat and can bring comfort to people in pain, sort of like a heating pad.
So on a cold winter's night, if you have one snuggled up by your side, you're going to be pretty warm.
These fast, muscular dogs were also used for hunting and to traverse the great distances between mountain settlements.
The Inca orchid was bred to run messages from various Inca tribes, you know, one to the other, so it was like the postal service in those days.
Clearly, this breed is a case of function over form. What they lack in beauty, they make up for in loyal companionship, warmth, and mail service. Our next hairless hound is considered a national treasure in Mexico, and it's the only dog whose name begins with the letter X.
Xolo Itzcuintli, also called a Mexican hairless. But if you don't want to say all that, just say Xolo.
At more than 3,000 years old, this is the first breed of the Americas. Archaeological evidence puts the Xolo among the oldest dog breeds on the planet. Pre-Aztec engravings of the Xolo closely resemble the modern breed.
It's thought that it was the first association between mankind and canine.
The name Xolo Itzcuintli is Aztec. Xolo refers to the god of the underworld, while Itzcuintli means dog.
It was a sort of holy dog, a godlike dog. It was supposed to have special healing powers.
That reputation as a mystical healer continues even today in secluded areas of Central America. Like many other older breeds, the Xolo has large, perky ears.
They kind of look like a bat if you look at them straight on, a very unique look.
Whenever they have a competition for the ugliest dog in the world, it's often a Mexican hairless dog that wins.
So what if Xolos have a face only a mother could love? Owners will tell you, what this dog lacks in looks, it makes up for with inner beauty. And it's not alone. The Chinese crested makes everyone stop and take notice.
You can't walk down the street with a Chinese crested without having at least one person say, oh my gosh, what is that?
The crest in their name refers to the plume of hair on the top of their heads. Unlike most dogs, the Chinese crested doesn't pant to regulate their temperature. They have sweat glands. Even its hairless brethren can't compete. The Chinese Crested has won more ugly dog contests than any other breed.
The Chinese Crested is a, funny-looking dog to me. Sorry, guys.
Ugly? No, they're not ugly. No, they're cute.
This dog was made famous for actually going out on the ships with the Chinese merchants and being a ratting dog or a vermin dog, chasing down the rats during the plague times.
The Chinese Crested might not win any beauty contests, but they will win your heart. Miss Ellie, a purebred Chinese Crested, fits the winning bill to a T. Hairless, no teeth, a tongue hanging out, and that's not all.
She is blind. She has a lot of warts and moles on her body. She has a broken crooked tail, a tumor on her eyelid, and she actually has a very, very slight crooked nose if you look closely.
But that doesn't stop owner Dawn Gehring from loving this misfit.
She is not ugly to me. She is beautiful inside and out.
Miss Ellie's life didn't start out sweet. She was rescued along with another Crested from an unfortunate situation where they had little human contact.
So we took her in, and between the two of them, they were the cuddliest, most affectionate, loving dogs, and I fell in love with the breed.
Miss Ellie's life is now filled with love and companionship.
I work at the Comedy Barn Theater in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and I perform with 10 of my rescue dogs. The audience goes crazy. They love the fact that they're rescued, and they usually get a lot of energy and a great big round of applause. Everybody loves Miss Ellie. They meet her, and it's an instant connection. Some people think she's so ugly she's cute. Other people think, man, she is ugly.
Poor Ellie. Can it get any uglier than these hairless wonders? Find out after the break. Pugs, Boston Terriers, and Bulldogs all have something in common, and it's not just what some people call ugly. They're all brachycephalic, which means having a short snout and a broad, short skull. The oldest brachycephalic breed, the Pekingese, was a companion to Chinese emperors as far back as the 8th century. Brackies have been faithful companions throughout the ages.
They make us laugh, they give us a little chuckle, and they make us feel good.
In fact, that so ugly it's cute look may have been exactly what early breeders were going for with these dogs. That lovable pushed-in muzzle is the key brachycephalic trait.
We've bred these shorter and shorter noses. The brachycephalic is just the extreme example of that.
These dogs tend to wheeze and snort.
They have trouble breathing because their nose is so short.
Small nostrils can also cause brackies to suck in a lot of air. This can lead to some rather impolite habits.
They just tend to have gas, you know? I mean, they like fart all the time.
They snore, they kind of snort, they drool, so they're very kind of noisy snoring type dogs.
When I think of an ugly dog, I instantly think of a pug. I mean, you look at that face and it's like you have to ask yourself, is this thing even like from Earth?
The pug is best known for its comical face.
They've got this really short, flat face and these great big bulgy eyes and all these wrinkles around their face.
They're very humorous. They look like little cartoons.
While their trademark smushed-in face is awfully cute, that adorable schnoz comes at a cost. Because of this flat face, they often have elongated palates and breathing problems.
They tend to have trouble breathing in warmer weather.
Of course, the upside to this flat face is adorable face wrinkles. What some may call ugly, others call irresistibly cute. Centuries ago in China, these wrinkles were bred to create a pattern on their forehead, a pattern that looks like the Chinese character for prince. And peeking out from those wrinkles are big, bulgy, round eyes that you just can't ignore.
Sometimes their eyes can pop out.
Yep, pop out.
It's called a proptosis. It needs to be put in right away.
Proptosis occurs when there is forward displacement of the eye. This can be caused by accidentally holding the neck too tight or by tugging on the choke collar too hard. So be careful with your little pug. Having your eyes pop out of your head isn't the only problem when you have a smushed-in ugly mug. The funny-looking French Bulldog faces a few of his own.
I don't think that there's anybody that will see this dog walking down the street and not stop in their tracks and watch for at least 20 to 30 seconds.
Frenchies are stubby, tubby, and just look silly. They weren't bred to be track champs. Frenchies like to stick to the sidelines with you to watch the activity. And because they're so top-heavy, in the water, they're more anchor than buoy. Being brachycephalic makes them noisy, labored breathers. For this reason, Frenchies are not comfortable in heat or playing hours of fetch.
Come here.
But watching all that action still makes them sleepy. Bulldogs were bred to have face wrinkles to flow blood away from the eyes should the dog be wounded in a fight. They were also bred to have perky bat ears. Early breeders preferred droopy rose ears, but now all Frenchies have to have bat ears. After all that breeding, the French Bulldog has some serious reproductive challenges. Because it's so top-heavy, has such narrow hips and weak legs, the male cannot successfully mount the female. They have to be artificially inseminated. Frenchie puppies must be born by C-section because of their shape.
Because they have such large heads in proportion to the rest of their body that when the dam is trying to pass the puppies, oftentimes the canal, the opening is not big enough.
That's a lot of extra work, but demand is high for the Frenchie's so ugly it's cute distinctive look. Coming up, we meet the dog once crowned the ugliest in the world. Funny faces, the Boston Terrier is wildly popular, mainly because their personalities shine bright where their looks do not.
It's just a really fun dog to have around. Boundless energy. I love their attitude.
They're my ideal companion, for sure. They've done nothing but inspire me and make me laugh. Good boy.
That isn't an asthma attack, it's a reverse sneeze. Boston Terriers are uniquely known for this funny, fast inhale.
Unfortunately, we've bred dogs that can't really breathe that well. Odds are you're going to have related health issues.
The Boston Terrier is a cross between the English Bulldog and the now extinct White English Terrier.
These dogs were originally bred as a fighting dog, and they've been bred down to what's known today as just a really great companion dog.
These companion dogs have very unique characteristics. They are known for their ugly or expressive faces and striking color pattern. Their color pattern is brindle, black, or seal with white markings. The face has a white band over the muzzle and a white blaze between the eyes, and the forechest is also white.
I'm completely bewitched and obsessed by them now. I just love them.
Even their biggest fans know that Boston Terriers check all the brachy boxes. As we've seen, brachycephalic dogs are no beauties. They're drooly, gassy, and all around crude. But whether you think they're beauties or beasts, you have to agree that brackies are sure to catch your eye. Take Pabst, the boxer mix. His bitter beer face stole Miles's heart at a local adoption event.
I got him when he was around 6 months old. It was pretty much love at first sight.
Even though Pabst is in perfect health, with such a large underbite, Miles did have some concerns.
He seemed to have a difficult problem chewing his hard food, so I had started giving him just wet food. He's learned to use his underbite more as a scoop.
Once settled into his new home, it was time for Pabst to meet his family. At first glance, Pabst had a face even Miles's mother couldn't love.
My first reaction to Pabst was that he was quite scary.
The first time I ever met Pabst, I was really intimidated. He has this big underbite that's kind of scary looking, but he came right up to me. He just put his head under my hand.
After people get to know Pabst, they really love him. He's the best dog there is.
However, with a face like that, Pabst draws attention wherever he goes.
What's wrong with that thing?
The teeth that are sticking out are even yellow. The reflection in the water. He just scared himself.
Definitely the ugliest dog I've seen.
Honestly, I don't think that he's ugly whatsoever.
Even so, Miles entered Pabst in the 21st annual World's Ugliest Dog competition, where he took home first prize.
Our world champion tonight is...
Pabst won money, prizes, and a modeling contract. Not bad for an ugly dog. So if ugly is the new pretty, what else contributes to the UGG factor? Whether it's a supersized tongue, excessive drooling, or deep wrinkles, we love to love ugly dogs.
It's the extreme version of ugly and the extreme version of cute that really drives people over the top with cute overload.
Oh, how sweet. At least once a week I say, oh my God, that dog is so ugly, it's cute.
Puggy is no exception.
I was immediately drawn to Puggy because of his tongue. It gave him so much character.
Becky Stanford is the proud owner of Puggy. She discovered that ugliness is only skin deep.
He brings me so much joy. Puggy may be silly looking, but he has got a heart of gold.
A heart of gold and a tongue that turns heads.
That dog's tongue is definitely one of a kind. I've never seen anything quite that long.
When people see Puggy for the first time, they are absolutely astonished.
Never seen one like that before. How long is it?
Never seen a tongue that big before.
It's crazy.
It's amazing to watch these dogs eat. They look very silly sometimes.
So just how far does Puggy's oversized tongue hang out?
Oh, that's a good measurement. 4 1/2. Excellent.
All right. Hey, at least it's not shrinking.
That's pretty long, but the longest canine tongue on record belonged to a boxer named Brandy. A whopping 17 inches.
Now that's a serious tongue.
What makes English Bulldogs, Shar-Pei, Pugs, and Neapolitan Mastiffs ugly? Find out after the break.
In the night, everything's so bright, electric in the soul. Let the feeling roll. Hold on tight, let's soar. Feel the spirit more.
So what makes English Bulldogs, Shar-Pei, Pugs, and Neapolitan Mastiffs debatably ugly? Way too much skin.
Wrinkles definitely add character to a dog. Whether or not it's ugly or cute, well, that's up to you.
And wrinkles are another thing we just love on a pooch. And this next breed takes wrinkly but cute to a whole new level. We're talking, of course, about the Shar-Pei.
The Shar-Pei is probably one of the most unusual looking breeds of all the breeds.
The reason they bred them to have all those wrinkles was because when they got into dog fights, their internal organs were protected by the wrinkles. It's the one place where wrinkles are cute, is on a Shar-Pei.
They're just this ball of wrinkled skin.
The wrinkly folds in the Shar-Pei's skin sometimes trap bacteria and need extra cleaning. But luckily for them,
the wrinkles fade. Don't we all wish that wrinkles faded? As Shar-Peis get older,
the name Shar-Pei literally means sand skin, referring to the two distinctive qualities of its coat, rough and short. The sand skin is offensive to attackers. You see, it's all about the fighting.
another dog would grab the skin, but wouldn't be able to necessarily get at something that was more important.
Another distinctive feature of the Shar-Pei is the blue-black tongue, which was thought to ward off evil spirits when exposed while barking. According to legend, it made the dog fierce. But this Shar-Pei is just the opposite. Meet Mojo. Mojo is the perfect mix of excess. She drools, has an overbite, and everywhere you look, there are wrinkles.
There's not enough Botox to fill that face up. People constantly stop us. Oh, she's so cute. Oh, she's not so cute.
The doggone ugliest dog I've ever seen. He's kind of wrinkly, but he's pretty cute.
She's cute ugly.
She's not that ugly.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Mojo's mom has to bathe her regularly to ensure clean wrinkles and drool-free fur. When it comes to drool, though, St. Bernards and Bloodhounds might have Mojo's number.
If you own one of those, you've got to not mind cleaning spit from the ceiling.
The person that finds a dog that drools so ugly it's cute is a person with patience.
The St. Bernard, a brave, majestic dog, world-renowned for its heroism and slobber.
If you want a dog that's going to get you attention, get yourself a St. Bernard. I don't think you can walk down any street anywhere without getting, stopped every 5 feet. Bring a drool rag with you. You need to have one on your hip at all times.
The skin around their mouths and jaws is very loose, and this lets the saliva seep out, especially when they eat and exercise.
So if you're going to have a St. Bernard, expect to get wet.
That goes for owning a Bloodhound, too. With those long ears and droopy jowls, you'll never mistake this dog for any other. In fact, Droopy pretty much sums it up. From their saggy skin to their hanging eyes and their long swinging slobber.
They drool, and they'll shake their head, and you have a big glob of spit going across the room.
As for the messy mastiffs, they are massive, as their name suggests. But for all their brute force, these mammoth creatures are more likely to lick you than to lunge at you.
They have big, big feet, so they track in all this dirt, and they slobber constantly.
And like their cousins, prepare to get wet when around a bull mastiff.
I would have to say that bull mastiffs are probably the best kissers in the dog world.
And these affection monsters are built to lick.
With big jowls and drool.
So, best to be prepared.
If you carry a towel with you all the time, you're good.
So, can a dog truly be ugly? That's up to you. These drooly, smushed-faced, gassy, hairless, and wrinkly pooches have stolen our hearts. Not sure what that says about us, but it says a lot about their undeniable lovability.